I'm Eric Peterson, author of Life is a Sandwich. The novel is pure fiction, but I'd like to show you the real scenes I had in mind when I wrote the book. The story begins 150 years ago here at the San Pasqual battlefield. This is Escondido, California, about 30 miles northeast of San Diego. It was here that Wallace and Hannah settled with their two daughters. Wallace and Hannah lived here in this neighborhood of undistinguished tract houses. Wallace plugged away on his model railroad in the privacy of his garage. His privacy was debatable, however, whenever his mother-in-law paid a visit. Speaking of Wallace's mother-in-law, that's Audrey's hilltop hacienda home. Too much house for the elderly widow to handle, but Hannah wasn't about to tell her mother it was time to move into a retirement home, especially during Thanksgiving dinner. With their savings dwindling at an alarming rate, keeping two daughters in a private school was an expense Wallace and Hannah could ill afford. I envisioned the Edelweiss Christian School as a series of classroom buildings on a Spanish colonial revival campus, much like this one behind me. It's situated at the top of a hill, the perfect landing spot for an alien spacecraft. For Addison and Tiffany, riding in the back seat of the old Cadillac, the plummeting drop down 9th Avenue meant that Burger King and dinner was right around the corner. This is Old Escondido. It's an eclectic neighborhood of historic homes. It was here that Joshua Allen Trout wandered on that cold night, searching in vain for a purse to snatch. The teenager crossed paths with Wallace here in this bank parking lot. Long after the incident was over, the police officers remained, laughing, talking, taking turns congratulating Wallace. One officer in blue fatigues even walked his police dog over for the girls to see. Behind me is the Escondido Police Department. It was here that Wallace's life took a jarring turn.
Sergeant Ernie Fernandez had his desk in the Detective Bureau on the second floor. It's also where Detective Tetley kept his ball python.
I pictured this as Dee Dee's Daily Eggs, the family restaurant where Wallace took his girls to breakfast every Saturday morning.
Just because.
The kids had practically grown up on the shabby Naugahyde booths, under the wagon wheel chandeliers, dining among a colorful crowd of food-crazed fatties. By the way, that little phrase, wagon wheel chandelier, has led some people to believe I was writing about a real restaurant. Let me set the record straight. If Wallace were around today, he'd be bringing the girls and Hannah here to the wagon wheel. The food at this classic old coffee shop is great. I've spent a lot of time at these tables editing manuscript pages. Let's eat. Good stuff. Remember when Trek Reese had the dry heaves in a Target parking lot? Well, that was right here. He claimed it was E. coli. He was embarrassed to admit he was airsick.
That's Hannah.
It's Hannah. We end our Escondido tour where the book ends, at the Ruby Ridge, the Pullman-built baggage car that Donald Duncan and Carson had moved to a siding on Mission Avenue under the freeway interchange. It was the seminal moment in the building of a great corporate empire. Thanks for watching. You can write me at lifeisasandwich.com, and you can continue to follow the adventures of Wallace Snow on twitter.com. From the city they call Hidden Valley and the city I call home, this is Eric Peterson, still putting off writing that next book.